Okay, so I focus the microscope on the slide that I prepared before, um, and I want you to notice that this is in focus right now. I can see the cheek cells, and there's actually quite a bit of distance between the 4x objective and the slide. We've been telling you, oops, sorry about that. We've been telling you to always start by focusing with the lowest objective, and that is really important. One reason for that is that these microscopes that we're using are parfocal, which means that once you get it in focus with the lowest objective, when you switch up to the next magnification, um, then it should be really close to being in focus. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna rotate uh, the objective from the 4x uh, to the 10x objective. Um, there's still a good gap, not as high, not as big as like between the slide and the 4x, between the slide and the 10x. So I'm gonna take a quick look, um, and it's actually still in focus right now. Um, In fact, it's perfectly in focus. I'm going to use the fine focus just to adjust it a little bit. All right. So, and then look at what happens when I move to the 40x. The objective is almost touching um, the slide. Not quite, there's still a gap, but it's almost touching the slide. And I'm looking through, and right now I just need to adjust the focus a little bit. So I'm going to try going up. No, I'm going to try going down. Okay, there it goes. I have it in focus now. And I really want a little more light. And I'm gonna play with the diaphragm to adjust the contrast. Looks pretty good. Let me see. All right, so that looks pretty good. So when I switch from the 10x objective to the 40x, I play with the fine focus, I play with the light intensity, and I play with the um, diaphragm till I could see an image that I like. All right. Now, to move on to the next objective, which is the 10x, which will be a total magnification of 1000x, you actually need to use a technique which is called oil immersion. Um, so let me move the tripod over, see if we can. Okay, so you can see the 40x objective, and this is the 100x. And to use the 100x, you have to put a drop of oil on top of your covered slip. Um, to do that, you want to move the 40x objective out of the way a little bit. And then I have a little bottle that have immersion oil. And what you do, you open the cap, and then you just put a little drop of oil right on top of the cover slip. Okay, and then you can move the 100x objective in place. Okay, now once you do that, you're committed to only using the 100x objective. And the reason for that is because um, it will just, the oil will make it so that the other three objectives will not work when the oil is in place. And the other reason is that uh, you don't want to get any oil on the 40x objective because it can actually damage the lenses on the objective. Okay, I want to talk a little bit about cleaning the objectives and lenses. You'll definitely have to clean the 100x anytime you do oil immersion. Um, the first thing you want to do is remove, before you do clean the 100x, um, hold on, let me see if I can get the flashlight again. The first thing you want to do is remove the slide. But to do that, you gotta get the objective out of the way. Now, what I'm gonna do, I don't want to move, I don't want to move the 40 um, into the stage because then I will risk getting oil on the 40. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move towards the 4x, which will give me a lot of room between the objective and the slide. Let's see. So you can see that there's the 4x all the way there. So there's quite a bit of distance. Now I can just remove the slide from the stage like that. Then I'm gonna bring the 100x right to the front, right there. So this is the 100x now. And I'm gonna have cleaning kits in the common stations, and in them you're gonna find lens paper, and you're gonna find Q-tips like these, and some lens cleaner, which is blue. Um, for the objectives, I like to use the Q-tips. So get a Q-tip, and see, here's my Q-tip. I'm gonna put a couple of drops of the lens cleaner, and then I'm just going to dab. I don't want to rub. I'm just gonna dab against the objective lenses and just rotate the Q-tip into a clean spot, rotate into a clean spot, rotate into a clean spot. Now, because I had oil, I'm gonna do that again. So a couple of drops, okay, and then dab, rotate to a clean spot, rotate to a clean spot. Okay, then grab another Q-tip. Now there's a lot of cleaning solution already in the lenses, so what I'm gonna do is try to soak that up with a dry Q-tip. Switch to the other clean side and do like 3 dabs like that. Okay. And you will use the same technique um, to clean any of the other objectives. Now, the eyepieces, let's see if I move this up a little bit. Uh, for the eyepieces, I prefer to use the lens paper. Um, and I'm just gonna take a sheet like these. I just folded it a couple of times. I'm gonna put 1 or 2 drops of the cleaning solution and just dab against the eyepieces. So dab, dab. See if I can find a dry spot, and then I'll dab again a couple of times to get the cleaning solution out. I forgot to tell you, I'm also gonna give you some little like air pumps like this that just blow air. And in fact, uh, you really want to, before you do the eyepieces, you really should um, blow on them with the blower to make sure that there's no dust that's just sitting on top of the lenses because it's really easy to scratch the lenses that way before you actually do the cleaning with the lens paper and the lens cleaner.